What a treat to have my friend Justin with me from Chippewa Boots. Here in San Diego, we bring all of our partners together once a year to talk about new products, new standards, and new opportunities. And I have to be honest with you, this has been a long-time relationship that we've had with Chippewa and with Justin. The boot world is full of manufacturers. Boots are made around the world, but more specifically for Reliable, we're working every day with people that are climbing telephone poles, power poles. They need protective footwear that is EH rated. They need safety toe boots, and Chippewa brings more logger boots to us than anybody. And you say, hey, I'm not familiar with that term logger. I'm gonna let Justin explain what a logger boot really is and the benefit it brings to wear. And then I want to talk a little bit about our partnership with you guys before we wrap up. So would you talk to people about the expertise and really what is a logger boot all about?
Sure. So a logger boot, you'll definitely notice immediately right off the shelf or on someone's foot. Usually we're going to start from the top down on it. It'll be a taller boot almost always, 8, 9, sometimes even 10 inches. It'll have what we call a T-bar collar, which will provide relief for your Achilles tendon. You'll see it in bumpy stitching and thick leather padding at the top of the boot. Then you're going to talk about the construction of the boot, where it's going to have a triple ribbed steel shank to make it good and durable for gaffing. And that's really where the logger boot business was grown out of, is the ability to gaff and easily and safely get off and on ladders and things like that. So they're going to have much taller and more defined heels. And of course, they have to be very rugged. Logger boots are almost always made with a Goodyear welt construction. What that means is that the boot would be resolable, which means that they can be reconstructed. It's also one of the most, what's the right word for it, rigorous outsoling standards available in the industry. Do you have any other questions about that?
Oh, I got a ton of questions. You mentioned the word gaffing. That gets thrown around a lot. For people that don't know what gaffing is, because that's really the point of this boot, to be able to gaff in it. Describe to people what gaffing is.
I mean, I just liken it as basically climbing up utility poles,
right?
Climbing ladders, right. Things like that.
Yep. So gaffing would be specifically when you see somebody climbing a telephone pole, they're strapping a metal hook to their leg, and it comes underneath the boot, and there are picks on the inside of their feet. And they're climbing up a pole with this. And so the boot's got to be able to support their body weight. Most guys that are gaffing are not necessarily my size. They're your size. They're big guys. Yeah, because they're going up, they're hanging on that pole for maybe an hour at a time. They've got to be able to support their weight. The boot's got to support the gaff. The boot's got to securely lock them into the pole. And so this is an important piece of personal protective equipment, so much so that the federal government regulates this boot. Talk about the safety toe standards that are currently in place to protect people from the boot collapsing on their foot and cutting their toes off.
So one of the best things that we have, and this is industry-wide, you're going to be talking about Chippewa Boots and any of our competitors, because we as an industry regulate safety footwear together through a group called ASTM, and they create the standard for all safety for footwear, whether it be steel toes and how much crush and impact protection they have to provide. If you're talking about slip resisting footwear, it keeps everything standard. So anytime you have a boot that is a steel toe boot in America, you can look on the inside of it and see a stamp that says ASTM 2413. And then they change the standard and update it every 7 years. The current one is ASTM 2413-24. The next one, I believe, will be -31. Yeah. And that's how we police ourselves as an industry, to help make sure that people do not get hurt and make sure that everyone is safe and feels really good about the boot that they have on their foot, regardless of manufacturer.
You know, the odd thing about the boot industry is that you've got so many different sizes of guys with their feet. You know, I call it funky feet. Then you got guys with different deformations in their feet. It's just crazy. You're one of the few guys that I can get a size 16 boot from. Most people stop at 12, 13, 14 maybe. And every time I come in, I'm like, hey, I got a guy that's got or I got a guy that's like got a platypus foot. He's a 4H or whatever it is. Your ability to help us size everybody, and some suppliers, Justin, you know this, they offer one logger boot. I'm sitting here looking at a table of logger boots. Black, brown, US made, imported, insulated, uninsulated, waterproof. Some people just want leather. They don't want a waterproof membrane in there. From your perspective, what is the most popular logger boot that you guys sell?
So the most popular logger boot that we sell is called our Super Logger series. That boot would be, and the most popular version of it is an insulated steel toe, waterproof boot in brown. I mean, the work boot business is a little bit of a joke sometimes. Walk around, I've got some new boots for you. They're all brown. Maybe I'll throw a black one in there every once in a while, but that tends to be what the industry wants. But popularity is regionally driven, right? These people in the northeastern United States, in New England, have very different needs than people in, say, Arizona. Yeah. So when you're talking about situations where people may not want waterproofing or any insulation, I mean, if you're in Phoenix, I'm wanting as little extra material as possible to keep my feet breathing as well.
Yeah. Well, listen, for some people, the boot business is boring, but if you live and work in boots, all of these things are relevant. And that's why we appreciate our partnership with you guys at Chippewa. You bring us options, and options are better in the boot world. And our customers love to have options. So I guess in closing, I want to thank you for being such a great partner with us and providing us with a wide array of options. Chippewa Boots is a fantastic supplier of ours. Of course, our friend Warren Buffett owns Chippewa and Justin.
Sure does.
So it's not like it's just another boot company. It for some people, it's the boot company. So Justin, thanks for being with us here in San Diego today. We look forward to a great afternoon together. We're going to wrap up the time here with Justin at Chippewa Boots, and keep watching on our YouTube channel. There's going to be a lot more content to come.
Thanks, Troy.
Thank you.